Hello friends, I'm going to start BOM subject, Business Organization and Management. This is one of the must subject for all the commerce and management students. So in this chapter, the first topic I'm going to take is forms of business organization. How business has developed, what kinds of business are there, how we can handle the business, what is the procedure of handling the business, what are the advantages, disadvantages. Like in detail we are going to talk about the business. You know that business means it is just for the purpose of profit and to exist their business in this world. So some people are doing their activity, that we call it as a business. In business we have different kinds of business that we'll see now. So first of all, before going to that, let us see first characteristics of forms of business. Enterprise means business only. What are the characteristics? What are the main features of any business or enterprises? That are only six features, main features you have to remember. The first one is exchange of goods or services. To do any kind of business, you need to exchange the goods or services. Exchange the goods means I am sending you some goods and in return I am expecting some other goods. That we call it as a barter system. It was in olden days, old ancient days, we used to have this barter system. Even today is also it is exists in some of the villages. So that is exchange of goods or services. Services also, I am giving some services to you and in return I am expecting something. So this is also we call it as a business, exchange of goods or exchange of services. Second one is dealing in goods and services. Dealing in goods and services means selling the goods and services for some money purpose, means charging in return some monetary benefits. So that we call it as a dealing goods and services. For example, I want to sell goods to all the people open. So this is goods selling for business purpose. So this is goods selling. And services, being a doctor, being a lawyer, I am offering my services for charging some amount. So that is also comes under the business only. So like selling the goods or selling the services, offering the goods or offering the services, that is also one of the main feature of any enterprise. So here goods you can take it as a consumable goods and producible goods. Consumable goods means which are usable daily wise, day to day transactions, day to day usage of life. When people want to use that, we call it as a consumable goods. For example, you can take fruits, vegetables, toothpaste, bath soap, oil, anything, cooking items, all items consumable goods. Second one is producible goods. Producible goods, it is not going to sell to the consumers. It will be selling to the some other manufacturers, some other producers. So they will be manufacturing something else with these goods. Say for example, machine related tools or computer related particles. So cement, any raw items, that we call it as a producible goods. These are all raw items. These items are going to take by the producers, they'll reproduce, they'll make a product ready to available in the market to buy the consumers, then that will be producible goods. So this kind of things we call it as a dealing the goods and services. And third one is profit motive. Any business enterprise, remember that their motive or their motto, their ambition, their main aim is to earn the profit. If no profit, why do they do the business? No use. That is why always their aim is profit oriented. If any organization is working without expectation of profit, only service basis, then that won't be called as a business. It doesn't come under the business. So that is why always every organization motto is to earn the profit. Then only they can survive, they can continue the business, isn't it? And a fourth one is continuity of transactions. One dealing is over, will stop the business, that won't be called as enterprises. It has to continue continuously. The business transaction has to go on endless for a long period. When people are gathering together to do the business, that we call it as a continuity of services. If any break is there, means it's over. So there should not be any break, continuous services. Suppose if you take any companies like TCS company or Procter and Gamble, Hindustan Lever Limited, or Colgate, any company if you take, their services are continuously they are providing. Maruti company you can take, Suzuki, any company, their services will be always continuous. In the same motto, every enterprise's motto is to work continuously. Next, risk and uncertainty. These are one of the main important character of any organization. Risk and uncertainty. Risk in the sense sometimes there may be changes in the supply of the goods. In the present scenario, you may be finding that onions are becoming very costly, and a particular period, gold sometimes it will become costly, raw material also sometimes it will become cost, sometimes it will become cheap. So like changes in the price levels, supply of the goods, and also taste in the consumers, changes in the present trend or taste of the consumers, all these things which makes uncertainty in the sales. This is one factor. Another factor is natural calamities like flood or earthquake, any other thing, that is also going to make impact on the business. That is why always you can say business is risky. You can't say that I'll get profit forever. Always fluctuations will be there, and uncertainties also always it happens. So this is one of the important character. And next one is the social responsibility. Every business organization motto is of course to earn the profit. Apart from earning profit, it is the social responsibility of every organization to give some kind of services to the society. How to give the services? Giving the products at cheaper rate, quality products, so that in economic way, so that every common man can purchase it. Every common man is having that kind of capacity to buy the products. In that way they should be approachable to the common man, and also in the form of charity, constructing schools, temples, church, and any hospitals. Like this kind of services also people can do it. This is the social responsibility of every organization. You can take example of TCS company, Wipro. So they are also giving some kind of services. Infosys, Narayan Murthy Infosys also. So these people are the examples of social responsibility. Altogether we have total 6 characteristics to form any business. First one is exchange of goods or services and dealing in goods and services, profit mainly. Next, continuity of transaction should be there, and risk and uncertainty is one of the factor, and social responsibility. These are the 6. Now if you see enterprises, how many types of enterprises are there? So you can discuss in the forms of business enterprises. There are 3 forms of business enterprises. One is private enterprise, public enterprise, and joint sector. 3 kinds of enterprises. We are going to discuss anyway about these topics in depth later. Today I'll give you only the introduction part. First one is that private enterprises. Private enterprise, the name itself is saying that it's totally private business, private enterprises. So in private enterprises you can discuss, you can have a different kinds of private enterprises. Like first one is sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship means one single trader. It is one of the ancient method of doing business, in the beginning form of business. One person who is doing business, he will be supplying the capital, he will be taking the risk, he will be dealing the business, he will be the active partner. Everything is by himself only. Whole and soul of any organization is sole proprietor. Only he has the right, only he has to bear the risk, only he has to get the profits, only he is going to take the profits. Like we'll discuss about this later. Sole proprietor means, right now remember, one single trader, we call him as a sole proprietorship. No more partners. Second one is partnership. There are some drawbacks of sole proprietorship. Suppose the sole trader is not well and financially not good, not in a position to handle, then automatically it will be dissolved. He will become insolvent. To overcome this, we have partnership business. In partnership business, 2 or more than 2 partners together willingly they want to do any business, that we call it as a partnership business. In partnership business, there are some rules and regulations as per the Partnership Act 1932. So that rules and regulations they have to follow. This also we'll discuss in later. So partnership means two or more than two partners together doing business with a mutual understanding by accumulating capital and ready to bear the risk. All these things together, few partners are starting business. That's partnership. Next, joint stock family business. Joint stock family business. So this business we have only in India, not in other states. Joint stock, in fact, it's a family business. Family business means only in Hindus most of the people they are doing this business. Entire family will be involved in this business, like combined families mostly. So they are doing one business. Suppose a steel business they are taking, or otherwise any MDH masala, best example you can take. Entire family is taking care, Haldirams. So like joint stock family. So this is also private, but entire family is involved in the business. Next one, joint stock company. Joint stock company means it's a company where there is a lot of scope of expanding the business, that we call the joint stock company. In joint stock company we have two kinds of companies, private company and public company. And private company means totally purely private. Public company means somewhat undertaking by the government. So like in the joint stock company there are some relaxations, there are some advantages, like their liability will be limited to the capital whatever they have distributed, they have accumulated. Up to that level their liability will be there. So like there are some advantages. So that's about joint stock company. And cooperative societies, last one. In cooperative societies generally people will be gathering together to do some kind of service. Main oriented is service oriented, but anyway profit also they'll be earning, but main motto will be service, giving the services. So for this purpose few people willingly joining at one place and want to start some kind of service centers, that we call it as a cooperative societies. So most of the cooperative societies are running on the basis of humanity and on the basis of the truth and whatever they wanted to give services to the people. So based on that it is running. So total in private enterprises we have total 6. One is sole proprietorship, partnership, joint stock family business, joint stock company and cooperative societies. Apart from private enterprises, we'll have public enterprises, second one. Public enterprises and joint stock enterprises. In public enterprises, we can divide these public enterprises into 3 ways. One is departmental organization, public corporations, government companies. Departmental organizations means here most of the time private people are handling this departmental organizations, but this is under the guidance and observation and command by the government. Means here most of the higher authority will be appointed by the government, but capital distribution, this and that, everything will be handling by the private people only. This is departmental organization. Next one is the public corporations. Public corporations, most of the time the government is taking care, government is supplying everything, government is responsible for the profits or losses, everything is under the guidance of government. And the best example which you can take is government undertaking enterprises. So here both the sides contribution will be there, government and private, both together they'll do the work. So this is public enterprise corporations. Next one is that government companies. Government companies you can take purely it's under the guidance, under the undertaking of governments only. You can take state government organizations and the central government organizations. So this total command will be in the hands of the government, either state or central government. So this is about public enterprises. And third one is that joint stock enterprises. In joint stock enterprises what happens is here everyone will be supporting, like company and private and also government. 3 members together in one enterprise, that we call it as the joint sector enterprises. Here 26%, 25%, 49%. Remember this, 26% capital is distributed by the private people. Sorry, this is 26 is given by the government, 25 is by the company, and 49% of the capital they have to accumulate from the private people. So this is the general ratio to start any joint sector or enterprises. So this is about the introduction about these forms of business organization. In detail, we'll discuss about each and every topic in depth. So stay connected with me. Thank you very much for all your feedback, and do share these videos. In the description box, lot of videos are there. Watch it and learn the subject. Share these videos. Good luck. Take care.